Okay, now, perhaps since we've gotten a clarity from him, except otherwise stated on video by the man himself, let's quickly touch on some of the issues. Since you sat down, like you said, with the former head of state to discuss these issues, let's begin tonight by looking at some of the issues he raised. He did say that up till now, we've not really gotten the leadership compass right in Nigeria. And he did say that we need a new breed of leadership, technology-driven leadership. He did also mention that we are currently operating analog system of leadership. What exactly does he mean by the new breed of leadership, based on what you discussed with him?
Well, statement, you could easily deduce the fact that General Babangida wants a new set of leadership from the younger generation of Nigerians who, in his own perspective and views, have the resourcefulness, the energy, and the capacity to manage governmental affairs. For him, he says at his age, 76 plus, that they have paid their dues, and that whether we like it or not, that we should even blame them, that is people of his own generation, of being part and parcel of the problems of the country, but that having realized that, they should be able to create a platform, to engage a much younger leadership evolution that to translate all our potentials, to opportunities, for the greater good of the greater majority of Nigerians. So for him, he's not personalizing his statement against the present incumbent president, but he's saying that as a country and as a stakeholder, as a concerned Nigerian, that he shares in the aspirations of the people, and the preponderance of opinion on the political landscape is such that people want younger generation of leaders, where the older ones can offer advice and can guide them by way of wisdom, by way of advice, by way of guidance, to deliver on governmental affairs. So the way people were not trying to twist the statement was different from his own thinking. And I think you must give him credit that he actually was the one who introduced new breed politics. In 1990, he banned old politicians and said they were not going to participate in politics, and that a new set of leadership or new breed politicians should come on board. And that's why those of them who are calling the shots today in Nigerian politics were actually part and parcel of that particular new breed politics of the early 90s. So he's not saying something new, except that he's just reawakening the sensibilities of Nigerians to key into this global attraction.
If I may quickly butt in, Mr. Afegbua, quickly, when he's talking about new breed of leadership, looks so much like a statement similar to what former President Olusegun Obasanjo also said in his statement he released about 2 weeks ago. Is he in line or aligning himself with the Coalition for Nigeria movement as suggested, and now under the former president has also registered? Is he aligning himself with that platform?
Well, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida was the one who introduced two-party system, a little to the left, a little to the right. And so he believes in the efficacy of two-party system for a diverse country such as Nigeria. He believes that we should be able to manage our internal contradictions, internal discontents within two political framework. During his time, you had SDP, you had NRC. If you don't agree with one, with the left, go to the right. If you don't agree with the right, go to the left. That way, he believes that there will be room for unity, cohesion, and national integration. People are talking about national coalition movement. Well, Nigerians under democracy are free to associate with any association, with any platforms, any groups, any formation. In the overall interest is that of ensuring that we have credible leadership that can deliver the goods at the appropriate time, at the rightful time, and take decisions that will have overwhelming impact on the generality of Nigerians. So he's a proponent of two-party system.
Quickly, because I sorry if I'm butting again, because we need to touch on, and I have some other guests on the program tonight. He's asking the president not to seek re-election in 2019, although he stated that it cannot stop him to exercise his rights as a Nigerian. But exactly, when we wonder, has he met with the president to tell him about some of these issues, since they are colleagues in the military, and perhaps the feelings or the feelers are that they are probably close?
Well, as far as IBB is concerned, he's a Nigerian. He's a stakeholder in the political economy of the country, so he can share his thoughts, with Nigerians using the media space. If you read that statement properly, the last sentence there, he said, "This is not an open letter to Mr. President. This, I'm just sharing my thoughts with my fellow compatriots, expressing my concerns on what is going on presently in the country." At some other times, he may have opportunity, he may seek opportunity with the president to discuss other issues, but for this one, he feels that he needs to add his voice to the growing, discourse on generational leadership orientation.
Okay, then I would like you to react to this, perhaps in the shortest statement possible. As it stands right now, does he support the PDP or the APC, or where exactly does he stand?
Is in support of generational leadership orientation. Younger generation of Nigerians coming to take over, the government through the democratic process in 2019 and beyond.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kasim Afegbua. Up next on the program, President Buhari is scoring low with his military friends. We continue getting reactions, informed ones, after this break. Join us again, everyone.